Police clash with the demonstrators protesting outside the German parliament over tougher and more wide-ranging lockdown restrictions. Dozens of arrests were made as protesters hurled bottles at officers and tried to jump barricades.
There was some violence against the police and some resistance. We have detained more than 60 people, which is a statement about affairs here itself.
The protests are a reaction to what's seen as the government's hit and miss handling of the coronavirus pandemic and a federal power grab. Lawmakers have now passed a law dubbed the emergency brake that will give the government more leverage to impose measures nationwide in the future.
We're in a situation where not only intensive care units are overburdened, but where the entire health system is overburdened. That is why it's necessary for us to act here and today.
Daily new infection rates have risen to around 25,000, with less than 12% of intensive care beds free and patients there increasingly younger. And an already sluggish vaccination campaign has slowed in the past week to less than 600,000 doses administered daily. The emergency brake aims at stopping COVID-19 in its tracks. It includes stricter measures such as nighttime curfews, limits on private gatherings, as well as sweeping shutdowns of non-essential shops. All of them to kick in automatically nationwide as soon as infection rates exceed 100 per 100,000 residents, which is already the case in most of the country. While some health experts say the new ruling doesn't go far enough, others argue it's crossing the line. Several thousand protesters have been rallying here in Berlin against the changes to the Infection Protection Act, saying it limits their personal freedoms. But the amendments have not only come under fierce opposition from the public, but lawmakers too. Some of Chancellor Angela Merkel's initially suggested measures, such as the nighttime curfew, have been watered down after objection from MPs who've been questioning their efficacy.
They're stuck in their trenches and accuse the opposition of destruction. But this destruction originates with those who failed when it came to vaccine supply.
The law will now move to the upper house of parliament on Thursday, where federal state leaders could still block it. Although this isn't expected, it would be another hit for Merkel, whose repeated failure to win over the cooperation of state leaders has been tarnishing her legacy during her last months in power. Sibel Karkush, TRT World, Berlin.